We are live, so hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hoop Without Borders. It's Najee Pollard here, and I'm here with my bro Steph. And the point of this whole podcast is just to inform you guys of our stories, our real life experiences, and our journeys. But at the end of the day, this is our truth, and this is the real world that you're not accustomed to. And so we use this platform to spread awareness, to spread information, and just spread knowledge, honestly, for those hoopers who are either still playing now or those who are aspiring to play overseas as well. So, yeah, glad that y'all here again for another episode. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, Niger. It's another episode, another day to spread knowledge for you guys. So we are
Yeah.
happy to basically be doing what we're doing. And I know, like, with these episodes coming in, like we said earlier before, if you guys want to be part of it, also do let us know. I know there are some pros who want to be part of our podcast, who want to join as well. If you want to join in an episode, definitely let us know, and we will be happy to have you on. But yeah, today we'll be talking about a few different things. First of all, the type of differences you're going to face in overseas basketball. Different
Yeah.
styles, different structure, different expectations, especially for Americans coming in. And like we can both tell you about how I'm sure our expectations have switched from team to team and how teams expect different
Yeah.
things from us as players. And we're going to go into detail with that and give you guys a bit of an insight of how it goes and everything.
Yeah.
So the difference between overseas and basketball compared to U.S. college basketball. The main difference I can say, first of all, is you're traveling usually from country to country or
Yeah.
town to town, which is similar to U.S. basketball, but the distance here is it could be a bit more. Um, and sometimes if you're in a EuroLeague, you're playing other countries, so you're flying like across different countries. You're on flights similar to the NBA. How you're on flights to different states. Works that type
Yeah.
of way. Now, do you have an experience with that country to country, or that at least long distance flights or bus rides?
Man, I remember first year in Switzerland, so with me not being a fan of cold weather, like us driving anywhere, I just wasn't a fan of. It can be for an hour and I'm upset. Like I just don't like it. But the teams weren't too far from each other, like especially compared to Czech, because Czech I hated traveling, like absolutely hated traveling. But I remember one time where we couldn't even drive to like the actual game or whatever. Like we had to drive our car or the bus on a train, and then the train took us to where we had to go, and then they let us off. Something completely different that I've never ever seen, heard of ever in my life. I was like, they was like, yeah, we gotta take a train. I said, yeah. So when we get out the car, they was like, we're not getting out the car. I'm like, what do you mean we're not getting out the car? They literally drove the car on the train. Like you checked in your car, they locked your car in, and then the train is take you through mountains. And I'm like, this is different. Like this is really different, man. I know when I first got to Switzerland, and I love Switzerland. Like I loved it. I got there and the airport was not close to the city that I was playing in at all. I think the car ride was like 8 hours, like just 8 hours of driving. And I just was like, are we there yet? Like, was there no other airport that we could have taken? Like the plane ride was already long, but then that drive was just extremely long. And like I said, Czech had been like I would say like the worst. Like I am just extremely grateful just for we got a game here. It's only a 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hour ride. Cool. That is nothing to me because the teams in Czech really were so far apart. Like, and you in those small buses and yeah, nah, not a fan. Not a fan of it.
I hear you. I hear
Mm-mm.
you. I mean, for me, it's been like it's a mixture of both, like short rides and then long ones, and then plane rides.
Yeah,
When I was on Tenerife, we took planes to like the Canary Islands, or obviously they're islands, so you play other islands. So we took plane rides like that. So it wasn't too crazy long, but like I've been on flights, I've been on cars, buses.
yeah,
The train. that train experience you just said, that's my first time hearing about that. I've heard
Yeah.
this. I've heard this. You're gonna laugh. I don't know if you've heard this before. A boat, right? You put your car on
hmm
the boat, and then the boat takes you to
I've
this.
heard of that. I haven't experienced that, but I've heard of that. I've
Yeah,
heard of that.
they
I
use
think that's more common than putting
yeah
your car on a
on a
train.
train. I
Yeah.
yeah, that's different. That train. That's my first time hearing that.
Yeah.
That's that is different.
Very. But I know in Euro Cup, when I played, of course you gotta fly to different places and stuff like that, but I loved Euro Cup. Love Euro Cup.
Your cup is great.
Like,
Your cup
but I
is
don't
nice.
think that I could play in a league where we gotta take all these flights to play different teams because the only time, like mentally in my head, I'm like, okay, the only time I'm getting on a flight is a 7 to 8 hour flight for my European season, not in season. I'm taking flights to play in other teams because I'm thinking, okay, one flight a year, that's only for the European season. Any other flight after that is for vacation. Like I'm not doing anything else. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't even want to like make myself upset because I'm like, oh, we going on a plane? Yeah, we going to play. We could have stayed where we were at and played. Why are we flying to play somebody? You know what I'm saying?
it's
Besides, if
different.
it's not your cup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different. It's really different. It's just I know what you're saying. Like I've been on, and the thing is, coming off the flight to play, just
Yeah.
to play.
Yes,
It's
to
just
play.
it's
That's
just
it.
that's crazy. It's
They're
my
like
first.
2, 3 days. I remember we got off the flight, had to practice. I'm
Mhm.
like, man,
My
crazy.
first my first time in Europe, Luxembourg. I got off a flight, played a scrimmage that same day, that same exact day. Like
Yeah.
got off a flight, played a scrimmage the exact same day, and it's just like it takes time to get used to. It's not something you actually really ever get used to because it's just like wow, how do you manage being on a flight for this amount of time, then playing
Yeah.
when you get off? But it's
I know, I want to say something. I lost it. 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 It'll come back to me. I was about to say something. About to say something.
no, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Yeah.
If it comes back to you,
Mm-hmm.
just say it. Just blurt it out. Just say it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, so practices. Oh yeah, practices compared to American practices in college, completely different. I know that look tells you everything you should know. Everybody, that look alone should tell you guys all you need to know about the practices in Europe. Huh, man, the practices here, no joke,
No joke.
no joke.
Like high intensity all the time. Like,
Yes.
and it's just reps. You just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Hmm.
So, guys, if you don't know already, like I'm a coach, so I do like player development when I'm not in season and things like that. And so with me being able to grow up living in the States and then, living overseas, I'd see like the huge differences from like the coaching, the play style, the physicality, just and then just like the knowledge of the game is completely different. So like in the States, it's not it's like, yeah, you practice, but it's more games than practice. Overseas is more practicing than you have games, right? And depending on certain countries that you go to, you may have maybe a balanced amount of practices and games, but as far as like the intensity of the practices, like it's different to be in high school or let's just say college, right? Because there's a small percentage of people that's within the basketball community that really go pro. So let's just speak specifically on college. Like when you're in college, you can just only hope and pray that the teammates that you have really do take basketball serious. That their goal may not be to play pro. It might even be to go to the next level. But I mean, truly having teammates that really are just like they're selfless. They want to win. They just go all out every single time, and it's rare. So it's kind of like in college, you don't really have to. You're playing with those people every single year. Overseas, you don't get that. Like you can get signed to a team, and then let's say you just may not be a perfect fit. Maybe the coach changes mind or whatever. Like anything can literally happen, and now you got to find another team. So that is the norm over here. Like they bring you over here. If if things don't really mesh the way I want to, then okay, boom, they bring in somebody else. But it's just over here. It's there's not a lot of. individual training for the players versus how it's accessible for players in the States, right? So everyone in the States, it seems like everybody and their mama is trainers, but can you really say that these trainers know what they're talking about? Are they knowledgeable of the game? Do they, like, and just because someone played the game doesn't mean that they're a great coach, right? I had this conversation with my other teammate because she's also a coach as well in France, and she trains with WNBA, NBA players. Like, she's very, very, like, she's known. And I just was like, can someone really call themselves a coach if they only know how to coach a polished product or a finalized product, meaning already an experienced player? It's easy to be like, hey, yeah, I coached LeBron, but you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
LeBron gonna do what LeBron gonna do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like, can you take a player like LeBron who hasn't even hit that potential yet and he doesn't even know it or she doesn't even know it, and can you build on them? You know what I'm saying? Like every step of the way. Like that's really like just my approach when it comes to coaching for real. And like we said in the previous episode, like just because someone is a president, is a coach, is this, is that, does not mean they know what they're doing, does not mean they're knowledgeable, because a lot of these people don't treat players as humans. They treat players as business. Like it's like you're not even a person. They want results. That's all they care about. Like some people are really just care about the results. And that is it. Just what it looks like on paper. And then it's all about how things are perceived.
Mhm.
So you have a lot of people who in the States who are coaching, but people in the States don't take advantage of that. And for people who are in like aspiring to be professionals overseas, or like people who are just now getting to their, like, their profession, like you probably like a year in, 2 years in, wherever like that, like get a trainer. Like, I'm telling you, get a trainer, because I did not have the access to a trainer that was helping me to prepare me for the next level. It just was what I could do at that point in time, in that
Yeah.
present time, and how it could help that team. And I recognize that overseas, these players, like let's say the local players, whatever, they need that development, because most of the people, they really want to learn, and they truly do want to learn. They want to understand, but they just don't. So it's just like it's only certain things that they do know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Mhm.
it's crazy because in the States, depending on where it's at, okay, yeah, you got all these trainers, but are gyms available, right? Are gyms
Mhm.
available for their time? Like, gyms cost money, and that's per hour. Some places, depending on the facility, they may charge you per hour for 2 course. They couldn't they got to make a profit, right? But over
Mhm.
here, you have unlimited access to anything, anything you want, but then no one uses it. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, most of these people play ball. It's like this is like their second job, or it's kind of something they do for fun. So they're kind of like, all right, I just show up, I do what I do, and I do what I've been doing for years, and that's just gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine if it started young, because they already have these programs where they have the kids within the program, and then once they get older, then they're on the C team or the D team, then the B team, then then they work they want to keep the kids in the program up until like they get old enough. You see what I'm saying? So it's a huge difference with that, but it's just crazy like how I'm just able to like just look at like, dang, like the States has this, but no one's taking advantage of it.
No.
Overseas has this, but no one no one's using this. So it's just
It's like a
ah,
huge disconnect. I know.
huge disconnect.
It's like you said a perfect example of what I was going to say. A friend and I was talking about this. A friend of mine and I were talking about this. We always talk about this, but trainers in the States, it's a lot of trainers in the States, a lot of people in the States, right? A lot of them don't know what they're doing, you know?
Yeah,
So a lot of them don't know what they're doing, like you just said. And it's like players, you have to find, well, we encourage you to find a trainer, a good trainer
yeah,
to help you, because that's going to take you from point A to point B a lot more quickly than you would think. You know, I
yes,
know we live in a day and
yes,
age when we live in a day and age when we think that we can go and do things by ourselves and stuff, but you can get to your destination a lot quicker if you had help. It's okay to
yeah,
ask for help. It's okay to
yeah,
ask for assistance with stuff that you want to do, because it's going to
for
help you,
sure.
and you're going to learn a lot too in the process.
Yeah,
Um, Trainers are very, very valuable. Good trainers are very valuable.
very,
I
very.
really recommend it. I had a trainer growing up since I was, 13, 12, 13. And he helped me for years since I was from high school all the way up to my first year playing pro in Australia. And thanks to him, my development went from a certain level to another level a lot quickly. If I would have done it
Yeah.
by myself, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Shorten your learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have extra eyes watching you and assessing you, and you can't really do that on your own. As you could, but not
Yeah.
to a certain. When you have a
Yeah.
professional who's been doing this for years,
Yeah.
assessing you, they're gonna point out things you can't see.
Yeah.
And once they do that, your growth skyrockets. It just
Yeah.
moves up a lot quicker. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, but like again, until you said the gym space and everything. Yeah, I've noticed that too. In the U.S., we have all these trainers and everything. Gym space is lower, right? It's lower, but and it costs excess amount of money to even rent a gym.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, overseas, they have all this gym space, but no one's using the gym space. You know,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no one's using the gym space. And the prices range. Like you see people charge cheap for renting a gym. People charge like $60, $70 to rent like for an hour for like
Yeah.
half a court.
Yeah.
So it really, yeah, it really it's all a huge disconnect in that. But main
Yeah.
thing, main thing, guys, find a good trainer. Find a good trainer.
Yeah.
Invest in your development as a player because it will
Yeah.
take you far. Because
Yeah.
Naja, you had a trainer growing up, yeah.
No, so like I started late if you want to say like I didn't really have a trainer. I just was really playing outside with my
Oh
dad and
yeah,
just grown men like and
yeah,
my brothers. Like that's literally what I did.
yeah.
Literally. I didn't know what organized basketball was until high school. Yeah, high school.
Same with me.
So
I started late too. I started playing when I
yeah,
was 13, 14. Like I
yeah,
started
yeah.
late.
So
So yeah.
yeah, so high school, college, like, I just kind of was learning what I was learning, like in college, things like that. But then after, I met a trainer, and my bro, he was training me, like around like COVID time. I think maybe it was like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years. I don't know, but he was working with me for a minute, so he absolutely helped like with my growth because like he played overseas and he's a vet and he does things like that. So that absolutely helped me. But then after that, I just started to get more comfortable with working with myself and like knowing that like there are like a lot of people that probably that were athletes but they didn't play pro, but like they're on Instagram or TikTok posting these workout videos and stuff like that. That helps me a lot. So I was like, okay, well, if I can't afford, a trainer right now, okay, I'm gonna just suck it up, go outside, get some outside basketball shoes, and I'm gonna just work. Like I'm gonna just do whatever it is that they're doing and just reps, 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 reps. And that's all I did. And so everything that I learned now, like with having my trainer, but like if it wasn't for my trainer, like it took upon me for me to be like, I want to get better.
Hmm.
Like I want to get better. So everything up until now is this point, like I taught myself. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm working on that. I'm adding things to my game because like I said, guys, like you don't want them to put you in a box. Like you don't want them to say something that you can't do. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to be the best at it. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be Steph Curry from the three to be able to shoot threes. Like if you can knock it down consistently, maybe range from like 30 to 40%, then you're fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, and that may seem low to you guys, but like literally like in Europe, like if you shoot, like I know in Germany, if you shot 30% like minimum from the three, they're like close out on her hard, close out hard. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it does
Yeah.
not matter. Like, and I know here in Israel, like different countries, like the play style is different, which we're gonna get into. But like here in Israel, like people there are people out here that are shooting like close to 40%, and that's great. You know what I'm saying? Shooting from that like 37, 35, whatever. Those are great percentages, you know what I'm saying? So it's just work on just repetition, just consistency, you know what I'm saying? Like don't expect, instant results, overnight, because if you're learning something that you've never done before, you gotta give yourself time to give yourself grace, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. You definitely have to be patient with yourself, especially if it's something different, something new.
Yeah.
Be patient. It's gonna come the more you know, the more consistent you are with working on it. It's gonna come to you. Um, like you said, they expectations here in terms of 3 point percentage and stuff like that. It's not as high as everyone thinks. Like you just said,
Yeah.
30%. 30% is great.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, they're gonna close out. They're gonna close out on
Yeah.
you all the
Yeah.
time, all the time.
Yeah.
And So you don't have to be great at a certain skill, but should be able to do it consistently at a certain level, right? You don't have to be Stephen Curry. You don't have to be anyone like that. You
Yeah.
can be
No.
just add to your, like I just said, add to your game, and don't let them put you in the box. So
Yeah.
basically, work on your all around game,
Yeah.
shooting, finishing, defense, all of that. Your athleticism, your mobility too. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's all stuff that as players we should know too. I know a lot of players don't do that. A lot of players stick to one niche. They want to be a
Yeah.
shooter, they want to be a dunker, they
Yeah.
want to be a ball handler. No,
Yeah.
work on the
You
whole
gotta
thing.
adjust. You gotta
Work on
adjust. Cause when I tell you, like, if you're like extremely good at something, they're going to like, and then also, oh guys, also for overseas basketball, like, let's say you are dominant in the paint.
oh,
Just know by the time you get that ball, they are already sitting in that paint. So you gotta knock down that short jumper. You're getting
man,
fouled. You may not get the call.
they won't call.
Like, no call. You
They
will get
won't call
smacked
you.
in your face and you will not get a call. Like
They won't
literally.
call.
So literally work on your game, like footwork, speed, like get in the weight room, like work on explosiveness and using your core and just everything because like they adjust, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they know like when we come over here that, when Americans get signed, they know that okay, they're physically stronger, they're faster, they're quicker, or they're good at this, they're good at that. You know what I'm saying? Like over here, like for the European players, like most of the time, I'm just speaking on my experience. I know it could be different for the men and it can be different from other people that play in other different leagues and things like that. But it's just most of them just want to shoot. Like they're really, really good shooters. Like they can knock it down. And some like, and then most of them, all of them can read the game very well. Most of the
yeah,
time, they
yeah.
can read the game very. So they will move it out the ball. They will
Mhm.
cut. They will set a pick. They will they'll read. You know what I'm saying? Like they really know how to read the game. Like so that's just. And then most of them are like great people too. Like I haven't had really came across any European that just is like they're cool, like love them. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
it's just yeah, yeah, just know how to adjust and adapt very very quickly. Like that's one thing that I love about playing ball. Like even though like the seasons you play the same teams in the league and things like that, but every game I have to adjust my game, and I love that because it's allowing me to think like on the go. Like okay, all right, well if I just did this move here, they may go over here, they may overplay this, so maybe now after this I make this move, I can look for her and maybe I can set a pick or you know what I'm saying. Like you really just gotta talk to yourself the whole entire time. It's like when you're in the game, you know what I'm saying, because they're not gonna allow you to do the same thing every single time. Like unless they're just kind of like all right. Like just take what the defense give you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
really just simplify it, you know what I'm saying? Like when we're saying work on it, we're not saying go out here and start doing all these 50 million moves because that's not gonna work either. Like
No,
all that dribbling that we used to that y'all used to in high school and college, done. You're
it
not
won't
doing
work.
all that. You're not doing all that.
It won't work. It won't work out
It
here.
won't work. It
Yeah,
won't work.
because one, it's gonna first get you out the game. The coach will be
Yep.
like, yeah, get out.
Yep.
No, we're not doing that here. The first time I
Yep.
tried that in Australia, my coach, it was in practice, though. My coach said, Steve, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He said, just shoot or drive. None of this. I
Yeah.
said, all right, because being from St. Paul, and I'm sure like where you're from too, Niger, like we're used to mixing people. We're used to getting into a flow like that. But overseas, it's really more fun, not fundamental, well, fundamentals, yeah, but really consistent, basic, in a good way type game. So
Yeah,
catch and
they
shoot.
would literally stand there like that
Yeah.
dude at the park that just sits here like this with his
Mhm.
hands out. Like they will not move. Like they
No,
will not
they
move.
won't go.
Because
They won't
if
go for
they
that.
move, then it's barbecue chicken. So most of the time they're gonna stand there with
They
their
won't
hands
go.
out and they will not move. They literally will
No.
not move. And then it's like I said, like when I say guys, like when you like if you get the ball and they know like what is that you do, they're already gonna be in a spot where you could potentially attack. So
Mhm.
if you're like, all right, cool, I can get past this girl or this guy, that second line is there. That help on the other side is right there. So if you decide to pass it, they can go and jump the ball. Like, like they're there. So it's
Mhm.
just like just reading the game. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna have 10 seconds to do all this, whatever like that. It's like when you get the ball, 1 or 2 seconds, you ain't got it,
Just go.
pass, cut,
Just yeah.
move, do something. But holding the ball the whole time, no, because they're really huge on team ball, like literally team ball. Like in the States, it's more so like,
One on
okay,
one.
one-on-one,
one
like
on one.
just
Yeah.
one-on-one, get your highlight, get your mixtape,
Hmm.
do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Like honestly, you're 100%. Most of my points I've over the years, yeah, hasn't been scored off of me taking to the basket or me shooting, but also a lot's being scored off of me just cutting to the basket or me
Yeah.
back door. Um, Another thing, guys, this is this gets me at times. I'm sure it gets you too, Nisha.
Yeah.
Fouling. They don't call anything. They don't call any for listen. I was
No.
told this. I was told this by a coach of mine. He literally said, Steven, the reason why they're not calling any fouls on you or for you is because your physique. They see you. You're a taller player. You're a bigger. Yeah, you're a muscular player. The referees say, "Oh, and he's American. Oh, he can handle it.
Yeah.
He got hit in
Yeah.
the face.
Literally.
He can handle it.
Literally.
Look,
Literally.
seriously, he got hit
That's
in
the
the
truth.
face. You know, he got pushed. He got hit in the face. He got slapped. He can handle it. He's
Yeah.
American. He's physically built. So just know, be ready for that. It's a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's a compliment to you and your physique and how you look, and just like realize that okay, this is making me a better player because I can play through contact even more, even though it should be a foul. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still playing through contact. I'm still trying to finish, and that's just gonna help your game, especially in America. That'll help your game because in America they call more fouls, for
That's right.
Americans. So say if you play, I don't know, if you play overseas and you go back to the states to play like in the summer league in the states, you're gonna be you're gonna be killing guys. Well, you're gonna be
Yeah.
killing guys fingers, in the game. You're gonna be finishing through contact. You're gonna be finishing around people and ones left and right. That's extra points too for you. So it's a little it's an adjustment, but at the same time, once you adjust, it takes some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's gonna help you. It will help you
Yeah. For sure, it's gonna
because
take some time. For
yeah,
sure, it's gonna take some time. So I'm
yeah,
just like, I remember, because like, let's say you hesitate and you go up and someone's hands in your pocket, and once you shoot, that's a shot. I'm like,
yeah.
ref,
I'm saying
that is
literally.
a foul.
I'm saying the other day, literally, I was doing a layup in the game. I lay up, hit right here, ball flies out. Ref is right in front. The ref is right to the side, so you could have easily seen it. No, they hit my hand, ball goes out, take the ball, runs it down, goes to the go play in their offense. I'm just like, I didn't complain. I'm just like, I looked at the ref like, ref, that's a foul. Ref's like, I don't think so. But the thing, you can hear the slap.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can hear the slap
Yeah.
in the crowd. It's just like,
No,
they
man,
won't.
it's just like when I say it's annoying because it's kind of like regardless of the physique and stuff like that, it's like we're professionals, so it's like you can't alter the game
No.
for them. You see what I'm saying? Like they decided to play this game as much as I decided to play this game, so
Yeah.
like literally call it fair. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
Hmm.
man, like because I remember it was this past game we just played. The ref was on the baseline, and I think the ball or something happened on the baseline. So everyone's looking at him on the baseline to make the call. He turns to the guy at the half court and was like, "Yeah, what's the call?" I said, "That's not his call. That
That's
is not
crazy.
his call."
That's
He
crazy.
told me,
That's
"Yep,
crazy.
going that way." I'm like, "That's
That's
not your
crazy.
call, my dog." Like, no. And then it was like another play. A teammate went up. The girl fouled her, right? Because like if they're not allowing you to turn fully and you go up and your shoulders down like this, you got to do this. That is a foul, right?
Hmm.
The same girl came down and did the same thing, and they called a foul. I said, "That's the same call." The ref told me something. Yeah, he said, "Yeah, yeah, you think it was a foul?" I'm like, "You don't think so? Like what are you talking about?" He was like, "Oh yeah, you think we missed it?" I'm like,
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it.
"Yes, like
You
yeah." And
missed
this
it.
is my thing too, like, and I'm a fair player, so like most of the time. I don't say anything. Like if it's a foul, I'm just like, you know what? I've been doing this for like a long time.
Hmm.
I gotta make that. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But it's just like when it's an obvious foul,
Yeah.
like it was one game I went for a rebound. The girl literally pulled my shoulder down as I went up, and I almost like fell back. I'm like, ref, that is a foul. He told me something. No, it's not. I said, if she grabs my shoulder, like you know what I'm saying. So like at certain point, like it gets dangerous because it's like people can get hurt. So and it does affect like how you can play that
Yeah.
game. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because refs have to control the game. So if they're allowing all this pulling and this and that, somebody's gonna get hurt, and it won't be me. It absolutely won't be me because
Won't be me.
most people don't even know how to control their limbs. They don't know how to control their body. They just flying all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it won't be me. Like at this point now, I'm just shooting. Like, cause if you're not gonna call a obvious foul like that, cool. Like if somebody's riding on my hip and I turn the corner and I go up and they're still on my hip, I'm like, that is a foul. Like they can't, as I'm going up and they're still on my hip, that's a foul. He told me, yeah, you
Yeah.
initiated contact first. I said, how if I went past her and she's still on me? How? That's insane. So it's just it hurts the game of basketball when you have referees who, whether it's their first time officiating or they're not really knowledgeable of the game or they don't really know, you know, so like I said, different countries they ref differently. You know what I'm saying? Like their level of physicality among themselves is kind of like it's not really physical how we play physically in the States.
Mhm.
So it's like when they're playing physical with us, it's a literal foul every single time. Like you can't do this to somebody as they're driving. That's a foul, right? You can't be grabbing and holding and pulling and this, like that's a foul. But like they just be like, all right, well, you're American, so you'll be all right. So like like Steph said, like in a point, like it is beneficial because it helps you like play through it, you know, be strong, whatever like that. But then also just like y'all gotta make sure that, you know, because let us tweak out because somebody really been
Oh,
beating
yeah.
us up the whole game
Yeah.
and y'all ain't calling a foul and now you want to tech us up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Be careful.
it's just a balance. It's a balance to me. Like it's just like it's cool. Everyone has a first, so I'm not against that. But it's just like please know the game. Like just know the game. Like you know what I'm saying. Like the one rule that they alter due to us is like that first step, you know how like we got that first step? It's a travel every single
It's a
time. You know what
travel
I'm
every
saying?
time.
Because
Yeah.
it's a travel every time, y'all. Like
Yeah.
so they slow it down because they can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? So their footwork is differently. You know what I'm saying? You like literally emphasize like you putting the ball down on the floor first and then taking that step.
Mhm.
And then also too, it really just depends on like the games. Like so if you jump on 2 feet you don't have you know you don't have your pivot established. Some refs will call a travel if they don't see that a pivot foot is established, and I recognize that in some games that I've had because I'm like, all right, I don't know how you know this person's gonna play me. Let me play off for two, and then once I see that I switch my pivot, but then once I take a dribble, they call a travel. I'm like, I didn't even establish my pivot foot yet. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then, but it's like knowing that since I watch the game and I study the game and I train myself, I go and ask them and I'd be like, yo, look, like if I don't have my pivot established, you can't call a travel. Like you literally cannot call a travel. And then when I do that, they have nothing to say. I'm just like, so you don't even know. You truly don't even know. Like you're just out here. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like if y'all really make a move too quick and that they don't see or understand, they're gonna call a travel every single time. Like
Mhm.
so we're not saying slow your game down completely, but like really over exaggerate, you know what I'm saying? Like as like you do it for like a long time, it'll get easy. Like you'll just be like, oh, and not even think about it, put it all on the ground, do whatever, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
things like that. So, but it's frustrating, guys. That's one thing that was a big adjustment for me that I had to get used to for
Yeah.
sure.
And it's like this part. I feel like every year they find something different. Like this year, that's different for me that I'm trying to adjust through is the grabbing. As I'm
Yeah,
driving, you have
yeah,
multiple
yep.
people grabbing your arms and everything. No foul. You know, no foul.
I've
I'm just
seen it a lot with men games, and I've been
yeah.
watching some of the highlights. I'm like,
hmm I
good God.
I've never had that till this season.
Yeah,
Um, which is completely different for me because I'm not used to grabbing like that. I'm like, this is a foul. What are you doing, bruv? Come on, call that. You know, but adjusting, like you said, and don't tweak out the guys. Don't tweak out on me.
yeah, no,
Don't do that.
no,
I know you're gonna
no,
want to tweak out. Don't
yeah.
do it because
They
if you
they
get
they be quick to they're gonna be quick to make you look like the villain or like you're the bad guy. So just keep your composure.
exactly just
True. Just
composure,
keep your composure.
yeah, play through it. Just yeah, play through it because at some point you will just like anything else, you will just. But at the same time, I know it's
Yeah,
frustrating. We know it's
yeah,
frustrating,
for
and
sure.
yeah, just keep your composure, keep it all.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know coaching styles are also different too, per country, or per country basically. Playing styles, coaching styles. So Naja, what is in your time in Switzerland compared to right now in Israel? in terms of coaching style and playing style, what's different, what's similar in terms of those two countries?
Switzerland. Well, I had like three coaches my first year. Like the girls on the team made the coach quit, so she left. Then we had this other lady that came out of nowhere, and she had us crawling through each other's legs, jumping through hula hoops and all that stuff like that. I'm like, okay. So then we finally had a coach come in, and she kind of like got like turned the whole thing around. So now it was more structure, it was more
Right.
organized. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, I would say like Switzerland was cool. I mean, it wasn't really much. I mean, I just know like most of the places that I played at, my team consisted of like really young girls. You know what I'm saying? So that was a huge adjustment for me because
Mhm.
it's kind of like, okay, I'm like, if I'm playing professional, then I should be with people that also are professional that also, have like some type of experience. No,
No, no.
no, not at all. So no, so Switzerland was cool. I mean, I don't really I don't really have like anything not negative to say, but like anything like critiquing it or anything. It just was like it was basketball. She knew what she was talking about, right?
Mhm.
And the team we had we was pretty solid, for me. Then let me see, you said Czech. Czech was the first year the coach I had, he was an older guy, sweet guy, love him, ain't speak a lick of English, but that man just was like, all right, just do you. You know what I'm saying? Like he really just really focused on us. Like it was like we'll go over what the team did or what they whatever like that. But it was just like, okay, hey, if we're gonna run this set, let's do this, or we're gonna do that. And like it was chill and it was fun. Like it was fun like that. And in the second year, I was there. It was more challenging that year because we had a new coach because the coach was I think he retired. And he just was like, I'm not gonna do all the traveling. I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, I'm cool. Y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So we had a younger coach, but he had some experience as well too. And he had his ways of coaching, and which was fine, but it just was like a big adjustment to the girls that I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Because it just was like everyone like had so much fun, and then I think it just was like a lot of stressors like during the season because it was games that we lost that we could have won, and then Euro Cup we literally were toe to toe with the teams and we didn't win, and so me as a competitor I'm mad because I'm like yo like come on, like we can win. I'm like, we didn't at least get one win, just at least one. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
just a competitor in me. But other than that, they're sweet girls, great coaching staff, great club. Loved them. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, that's really it. I mean, we had like a few additional pieces, and yeah. So I mean, other than that, we did okay. You know what I'm saying? I know the first year we no, I'm sorry, hold on. Yeah, first year I think we finished like third or fourth. I don't know. I can't remember. Fourth or
Hmm.
fifth or something like that. But we did really good that year. Then the second year, it just was like, all right, well, season was done. Then boom, I went home. But the coaching, I would say where I've been. Germany. Germany was more. I like Germany. Germany was more like structured, like really, really structured. The way how the coach did the film sessions, breakdown of the players and the tendencies, do this and that. Loved it. You know what I'm saying? I loved it there. Even though it had like some uh uh challenges when I first got there. I was able to adjust, thank God, to the assistant coach that was there. Things was able to turn around in my favor. But that was the only team that I played on where I was really on a team full of experienced players. And I really thought when I got there that we were gonna win like the championship because like we were stacked, like we were
Hmm.
solid, you know what I'm saying? But it just was hard because it's hard to play when it's like the players just don't want to be there, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
like it's just a weird energy going on between the coach or the players and the players or the players and the president. Like it's just really a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But and in Israel, it's just kind of like they're used to having like the WNBA players and stuff out here. So like the intensity and the I guess the competitiveness of the league was completely different than how it is now. Now, mind you, still is competitive now because they changed the rules for this league for this year to have like another Boston player. So like two imports and two Boston players. And so it changed the game up a little bit. But other than that, like, I know the local players, their job is usually the same, just to shoot, the adjustments and stuff. And like the plays, I can also say like the plays that the coaches come up with and things like that, like I like it. Like I like it a lot. It's just like when you I can only imagine how the style of play would be if you really had like experienced players, you know what I'm saying? Like really
Yeah,
doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because they
yeah,
can come up with a play to be like, all right, let's give Steph the ball. They'll do up a play or do like, you know what I'm saying? So for them to able to like kind of create like these plays and stuff like that, like really like intrigues me. So I like that, you know. So I really do pay attention to things like that because I'm not good at plays. It takes me a little minute to do plays and stuff like that, but I'm like, I know how to read the game. Like I
yeah.
truly do know how to read the
I'm the
game.
same way.
So
I'm the same way.
yeah, yeah,
Especially like when it's I have a quick question. Bosman player for Israel. They added another Bosman player for the women's league?
yeah. So we got one girl from Montenegro, and we have a PG from France. So those
Right.
are Boston players, and then it's me and the other American. But
So
only three of us can be on the court at one time.
is Israel not part of the EU? No.
Yeah, yeah.
They are. Okay.
But
Okay.
but Bosmans are considered
And
imports players too, right?
there's,
Yeah, the imports.
there's Bosman A and Bosman B. I don't know which
Yeah,
one. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, they must mean Bosman A because you're yeah okay Eastern Europe that's Bosman B. So they must mean Bosman A players. So Montenegro and that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never thought about that. But yeah, playing for me, I feel France for me was definitely the one that's how Germany is for you. Very
yeah,
very structured, very with experienced players, all of that. Film session broke down pretty nicely,
yeah,
which is great. Obviously bumps and everything, but in terms of structure, it's there. France, it's there. It's there, similar to Germany. Um, free. There are like teams that I had that were more free flowing offense with still
yeah,
plays and everything, but free flowing
yeah,
offense. Personally, I like those, but at the same time, to an extent. You know, if we're playing well, let us do what we got to do, right? Let's do what we got to do. But at the same time, if it's, I feel like it's good to have that structure, which is great because if you're not playing, if your team is not doing as well, we have that structure to fall back on, so we can
yeah,
then execute what we have to execute. So, but no, structure is definitely needed in terms of professionality and everything like that. It's needed for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So yeah. Um, so Nigel, what we talked about fouling for things Americans should really adapt to. What's something else you feel like we're missing in terms of adaptability overseas? Because I know we got fouling. That's a huge part. That's a huge
Huge
part.
part.
Massive part.
Uh, mm, be mindful of like with you being American and with them knowing that you're stronger, your physique, you're faster, work like that, that you are more prone to get fouls. So just watch that. Like prime example, like last game that we played, like they gave me two insane fouls early in the first
Yeah,
quarter.
yeah,
I'm like, I didn't even touch her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that. So it just kind of like once you and you'll know because they will make it obvious where it's just like, all right, they're targeting you because like and and mind you guys, like basketball is more politics than anything. You know what I'm saying? Basketball ain't just basketball anymore. So these teams or these coaches or these clubs are paying these refs
yeah.
to call things in their favor.
Hmm.
So just, especially when you're playing against like the top team in the league or the top two or top three teams in the league, just know like they're trying to get you out just so you don't impact the game as much as you impact the game. So just be mindful of that. Like you are more prone to getting fouls when it's a big game or it's against the top league. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like if you play good against them the first time, that next go around, the refs is on you. They own
Yeah.
you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then they may not talk to you like how they was in the past game, or they may ignore you, or they may be quick to take you up. It really just depends, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time, based on my experience, the coaches will let you know, like, hey, this ref, he ain't good. Like, he ain't good. He be calling like little stuff. Don't say nothing to him. Like, so most of these refs either are getting paid or they just really just are very emotional, and you just can't tell them anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the way how I've always played is I don't say anything. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
Do I?
like
I don't. I
I don't say
don't.
anything.
I don't talk to these refs. I don't say anything to these refs because one, I don't want to get technical. Two, I just don't like. If they made a decision, they made a decision. I'm not gonna change the decision anyway. If they made the decision, that's normally final, normally. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what's the point of talking? Um,
No point.
but yeah, like you said, like they pay these refs underneath the table, guys. So, and I've heard crazy stories, not just them paying the refs, but them paying a whole nother president so their team can
Yep.
lose. So their
So
team
they
can
can
lose.
lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they you be wondering why the like starters are sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
If you see that happening, ask yourself, okay, who's paying who for
They
them to
they they bet they betting.
they're
They're
betting
betting.
money, and that's
They're
so
betting.
sad. And it's so sad it's come to this that basketball has become so political in that type of sense. Not in every situation, but like the fact that you have like 1 or 2% of it being, or 5% of it being
Yeah.
betting, right?
Yeah.
You're taking away from the experience of the players, and not just that, but the fans as well. And
Yeah. So,
you're not having the game progress in a honest, realistic way. You're manipulating the game into your
yeah.
favor, and
Yeah.
that's gonna hurt everything. That just takes away from the love of
Everything.
the game. It takes away from
Yeah.
the love of the game. So yeah,
Yeah.
but guys, just know that goes on. In some cases, it's sad as it can be, but yeah, it's just something we can't really do or change. It comes from the owners, comes from people higher up than you, than all of us. But at the same time, what you can do is control how you react and how you respond and everything like that.
Yeah.
Just carry yourself in a professional way because that's going to speak volumes. We talked about that in the previous episode. The more professional you are, the more doors you open up for yourself in your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. You got anything else, bro? I think we touched on a lot
Everything.
today.
We did everything. That's all
Yeah.
we had. That's all, guys. That's all we have for you. Episode 4, full of information as always. But
As
yeah, guys.
always.
Any questions you guys have, also send it to us, write to us, so we can cover it in like future episodes too. Because we are gonna keep this moving, we're gonna keep this going too, and it's gonna be growing as well. So yeah, write to us, let us know, and we'll make sure to address all of it.
Of course. Yes. And also, guys, make sure you guys tune in. Just know that we are streamed on YouTube and on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Hoops Without Borders, Hoops underscore Without Borders. Make sure you follow us on our personal page. That is in the bio as well too. But also, guys, for the hoopers that are that do play overseas, or aspiring hoopers, or even college hoopers, like if you really have a love for giving back to the community and impacting the kids in any way, shape, or form, message me in my personal DM or on our Instagram with Hoops Without Borders. You can make a little bit of money while you're home for the summer. You know, like I know some athletes after the European season, they go home and then they're there for the summer, right? And I know like a common thing that we all have is, for the hoopers that can relate, is when we come home, we got to make money somehow, you know, like unless like you can come back and just hop straight into something to make some money, or just, you know, or kind of just to help with paying bills or anything like that, you know. With my business, Supreme World, is I the point of this is to provide like holistic healing for the community, right? Through the mind, body, heart, and the soul. And so with that approach, it's all gonna be with basketball that ties all that in, right? This brand is bigger than just basketball. It's really like helping people, the community, on like how basketball was able to impact me and Steph and just anybody else. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's bigger than basketball. Like it's what
Gotcha.
you do off the court. It's how you help people. It's how you impact people, right? And so with that being said, with this upcoming summer, Supreme World will be hosting several camps in different cities and states along the East Coast, but it also can be in the city and state that you live in, right? So it doesn't matter where you at. The point of this is to just spread across the whole entire states, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are interested, if you're interested in camps, if you love clinics, if you love training, if you love anything, please do not hesitate to email me, DM me, message me, call me, do whatever it is that you need to do. And let's just spread peace and positivity and love within the world, you guys. So that is, I think that's all the spill I got. Other than that, guys, we just want to say thank you for watching another episode of Hoop Without Borders. I hope you were able to learn something, a little one or two from me and my bro here, and we will catch you guys on the next episode.
All right, guys. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good day, everybody.